and it was amazing. That was weird. Okay. What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with Kogi Patrol, and today we're gonna be making Nasi Goreng, Indonesian fried rice. The best fried rice you've never had. So Nasi Goreng literally just means fried rice in Indonesian. My wife Esther and I, we tried it for the first time at this Chinese spot in Fort Worth, and it blew our minds. It was amazing. We found out the owners were actually Indonesian and not Chinese. So we've been trying to find that flavor all across where we've been living, but we can't find it. But we found a recipe that's pretty close, so we're gonna try to make it for you guys at home so you guys can try it out. Here's the rundown. You're gonna need some cold white rice. Jasmine rice is the best, day old in the fridge. I know it sounds weird, but that's the best. You need your egg, you need your peas, you need some scallions, some jalapenos, some mung beans, some lemon, and then the meat, you can do like any type of meat, but this is like that special. You gotta get this at like a Chinese barbecue shop, that's it. You ask for the barbecue pork, it's sweet, salty, so delicious. We got your fried scallions, you got your salt, sugar, chili paste. I'll show y'all what's up next time. And then this is the flavor. This is the Nasi Goreng flavor. Oh, so fat, so pretty. So this Nasi Goreng sauce, you can actually buy some at like a Chinese grocery store if you can find it. But it's basically sweet soy sauce and shrimp paste. But it's a very specific kind of shrimp paste. It's like an Indonesian shrimp paste. I'll show you guys where to find it. And then obviously you guys need some oil. Something that doesn't taste like too funky. You don't want like olive oil. You don't want like, I don't know, like the finest of oils. You just want like canola oil. That's what this is. All right. All right, guys. So you guys want to start off with something that's stainless steel. You don't want to use nonstick in this situation because you want things to actually kind of get stuck to the bottom. So we've let this kind of sit for about a minute. You want to be able to feel the heat off the bottom of the pan, and so I'm starting to feel it right now. So since we're here now, we'll go ahead and add some oil. So we'll add the scallions here. And you hear that sizzle? That's exactly what you want. You don't want it to burn as soon as it hits. That means it's way, way too hot. And so one thing to also remember is that when you start off the fried rice, you want to start with the whites of the scallions. That's the very end part. And the reason why you want to start there is because that's where most of the onion flavor is concentrated in the scallions. And so that'll give you a good base, and that'll take out some of that bitterness that actually the ends of the scallions have. You see how it's getting real crisp there and real pretty? So you give that probably, like I said, about 30 seconds to a minute. I think we're there. And then we'll add some of this chili paste, okay? Here, the chili paste. It's gonna kind of fight with you a little bit because it has some water in it, so it's gonna want to jump around. That's okay. It's gonna cook down. It'll calm down. And then by this time, you can actually turn down the heat a little bit to like a medium high. You don't want it super, super piping hot at this point because you don't want it burning on you. All right, so we add about another little teaspoon of oil, and then we're gonna add the egg to the side here. And the reason why you want it on the side is because you don't want it mixing all into this delicious chili oil or chili sauce, and you don't want it taking all of the flavor away, okay? Because you want that flavor to get into your rice, you want that flavor to get into your meat, but you also need to cook your egg. So you want your egg to get pillowy and pretty like this. And then this is when we add the rice. So add the rice. All right. Looking good here. You want it to mix up. And so after we do this, we get it nice and incorporated with the chili and the egg. That's when you start to add your other sauce. The shrimp paste, okay? Let's see the shrimp paste right there. You see it? Okay, so we're gonna add all of this shrimp paste. And the shrimp paste, you don't cook it out like the chili oil because you don't want it to burn. It's super concentrated, so if you add it when you add the chili, it's just going to start to burn and taste kind of gross. But if you add it to the rice, it gets nice and luscious and supple. It's so good. And as this sits a little bit, what we'll do is we'll actually add the peas. And these are actually just frozen peas. You don't even have to cook it before because they actually cook really fast. And so when you put it into the fried rice, it'll cook literally within like a minute. So as you add the peas and those start to warm up, next we're gonna add the meat, okay? This is that pork that we're talking about. Again, if you wanna use like chicken, steak, or anything, you wanna cook that before. Basically, when you put it in the fried rice, the idea is just to kind of heat it up, okay? You don't want to cook it while you're cooking the rice. You want to cook it beforehand and then add it to it to heat it up. We'll season it a little bit with some sugar. Maybe a tiny bit more. And salt. And so one thing to remember, the reason why we add salt to fried rice is because all those other sauces we use, like the Nasi Goreng sauce, the chili paste sauce, all that stuff is for flavor, but you don't want it to be what adds all the saltiness to this dish. Because if you do that, it's just gonna overpower it. It's just gonna taste real salty and real strong, but it's not going to be good. You want there to be a balance. So when you add the salt, it adds the saltiness to it, but then it doesn't add all that extra flavor. Okay, so we're getting real close now. And so to this, what we're going to do next is we're going to add the mung beans. Add these mung beans here. Okay. And you see how there's some of these crispy spots? And it's getting kind of steamy and nice. Okay, so we'll crank it up a little bit more. I'm gonna put it on high right now. All right, guys, and you see this right here? You see how it sticks right there? You see that stickiness? You want that. You use this spatula to scrap it all up, and that'll add another dimension to your fried rice. That's what gives you a little of the smoky flavor. That's what gives you that extra crunchy texture. Not too crunchy, just crunchy enough to add a little bit to like every few bites. So you got it right here. And then the last two things you want to add is these fried shallots. Okay, we add these fried shallots. All right. And then you want to add the scallions and the jalapenos together. And you don't want these to get super cooked. That's why you add them right at the end. Adds that little bit of freshness. And because you don't want the fried rice to be super heavy either. And that's why you add the jalapenos and you add the scallions at the very end. Because you want them to be a little fresh. Okay, so we're all done here. Right onto this plate. Get all that burnt bottom stuff on the bottom of the pan and add that. And so you add a little bit more fresh scallion on top for that extra little fresh bite. You need a little bit of acid. So lime would be okay, but lemon would be better. All right, guys, this is that Nasi Goreng. This is the finished product.
Thanks for watching Cooking Patrol. If you like that video, please like, comment, and subscribe below.